Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Los
Los
Leftovers,
Leftovers.
the show where we talk about food, culture, and some news you may not have fully digested. I'm Berto,
And I'm Jordi.
and we're going to be your cultural connoisseurs for today. Now, don't adjust your TV sets. We have an amazing special guest here with us. We have Jordi here being a temporary guest host for us. Jordi, how are you? How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm so excited to be on your podcast.
Yeah, excited to have you. Now, what made you want to join this podcast specifically?
Definitely, I am very interested in like the social justice that is around, like kind of lucha. So I think that has been like a great door to this podcast.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've watched a lot of your episodes and I love them. So,
Well, I appreciate that. And for audiences that don't know, Jordi and I do have a little bit of history, not like that, so don't get any thoughts. But I've known Jordi for a while now. I've seen you around the office. But like we've talked like here and there. You're really cool dude. But the thing is that like we were just talking about this before the episode started. When I'm in work mode, I tend to be very like, don't talk to me. I'm like focused. Like I don't really let loose like I do in like the real world. And so, yeah, I think this is like a new side that Jordi is seeing of me. And so, yeah, I'm also like, hey, Jordi, I'm Berto. Nice to meet you. But I guess like we can talk about, what brought you to Lucha? Cause yeah, I don't really know much of like what connected you to like the work and the movement.
yes, I definitely agree with what you said prior to the question. Like, I would see Uberto, and like I would have never thought that he had like this whole other side of him, like podcasting and.
You heard it here, folks. I'm fake.
No, no. And for me, like what had brought me into lucha, I started being more politically involved after Trump got elected, and for me this was in high school. So when I was in high school, there was a lot of what we see now, with like a lot of like radical Republican attacks on our communities. And so like back then I was more ignorant, and I was just like a very like happy very happy to be around people kind of guy. So that was what initially like just led me to lucha, and then like everything that was going on at lucha was just what solidified my my eagerness to continue on with the movements that have been going on for years now. And I've seen lucha grow, and it's been like an amazing experience to just be a part of it.
Hey, well, it's been amazing to like see you grow in it. I guess I want to talk a little bit more about like your involvement, because I heard a few things about like, especially during the Trump era. Was there like a pivotal moment that you were like, you know what, I need to like do something about the injustices I'm seeing? Like, is there a specific memory that you remember?
Definitely, like from an emotional standpoint, there was like a lot of, what to say, like a lot of fear going around, especially like coming from a people of color background, and like my community's I've always been surrounded with people of color. And so once there was a new administration and it was Republican, we had just left our prior president. There was just definitely a lot of fear going on. And so like from that standpoint, I just felt the warmness that lucha brought, and like the closeness and all the activities that were going on. This is just kind of what like gave me like a hug.
Yeah. Is there anything that you learned while being at Lucha that is like way different from like when you first started or when you were like way younger? Like, is there anything that you were like, wow, like I didn't see myself becoming this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and
Um, I think that because I was just I mean, how would I answer it? I think I didn't know I was gonna get involved, but it was just something that due to my environment and like being from Phoenix, and like being like from a heavy like people of color oriented state, it was just bound to happen. I didn't choose to be a part of my community, but now I get to decide like how I want like my community to look like, and so whether that's like defending like our people, um, it just takes like getting involved in lucha. And so when I was a kid, I didn't really think that this was gonna be like an issue for me, but as I got older, um, like my friends were so, like we were just too scared to even like say anything, or to be like engaged civically. So I think lucha just really opened our eyes and showed us like what was going on.
and what would you say to like anyone who's currently afraid of like getting involved? Because I know right now like things are super hard. I think we're seeing like atrocities happen like every single day. And so I think that, and it's not even just people. There are some other people, but I won't get too into it, that are afraid to like stand up for their community or be a part of something. What would you like? What would be your advice to people to like, you know what? Let's take the leap and like fight for our community.
Yeah, I would definitely say that look into what is gonna like look into what you want like your future to be. And I say that if you like, I mean, I was scared, and I think like my fear for what would happen to my community and my family, that's just kind of what propelled me, like what made me like take the first steps. And like I would just say to the people like who are watching this that it's okay to be scared, but there's gonna be other people who are gonna understand what you're going through. Um, and like I definitely think that lucha is like one of those organizations that take like a great responsibility in doing that. I mean, like there's just been like countless number of people who have been like impacted in the right way, that I've seen with lucha. And yeah, I mean, we will be here for you. That's what I would say.
Amen. No, exactly. And I mean, like, that's what community is. It's like we're here for each other no matter like what situation you're in. We have to, keep each other safe, I think is like the biggest thing that we're seeing right now. Did you grow up in Arizona?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in Phoenix, but my family's from Michoacan.
Okay.
So yeah, we're like we're Michoacanenses.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I grew up in like the Thomas area.
Okay.
So I'm more of a West Phoenix.
West Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was like pretty much your whole life.
Well, I mean, I came here when I was like 4 years old. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm only asking because I didn't grow up in Phoenix. I grew up in LA. So I've only been here for like 15 years. I actually didn't even really live in Phoenix. I lived in Tempe for most of my life.
Yeah.
So this is only my second or third year living in Phoenix. So there's always like cool spots that like I'm trying to figure out, or like places that I should like check out. Do you have any recommendations, especially in the West Side? Because I definitely do not go to the West Side like that much, just because like I live more central, and I'm just like I'm becoming more of a homebody. I turned 30, so I'm just like I'm always at home now. So like I don't. Unless it's like a friend is like, oh, let's go hang out and do something on the West Side. Like I don't really go. I barely go to Tempe now. But yeah, but is there any cool places that you might recommend?
Well, definitely in Phoenix, since we are like a city-oriented, like activities-based area. There's always like the art museum. There's
Mm.
always downtown, and then I mean, there's like a lot of restaurants to try out, and I would say outside of Phoenix, definitely Sedona, Flagstaff. Um, Tucson even,
Mm.
and if you're more of like a activities kind of person, hiking, there's like a lot of beautiful mountains here in
Mm.
Phoenix to hike. And the beautiful thing about Arizona, I would say, is that there's just like it is hot, but there could be, you could have like a winter in Flagstaff, and if you go up more north, you can go camping.
Mm.
The weather's not horrible there.
Okay. Uh, would you consider yourself a city boy, or are you a country boy at heart?
Mm, uh, definitely a city boy.
City boy. City
Yeah,
boys up 1,000 right
yeah,
here. Yeah, no, I'm a city boy for sure. I like the country's nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's very peaceful, and I like that. Um, but no, I need movement. I need to like be outside, and I need to be where there's like things happening.
yeah.
I think that's just all I've always been. So, yeah.
What would you say are the good things and the bad, and like the good things about Phoenix and the bad things that you've experienced?
Well, good things. Let's see, because I've just started warming up to Phoenix because I'm from LA. So LA West Side every day until the day I die. But now actually I'm starting to like Phoenix. I do like that. It's weird because everything feels somewhat more closer. Like in LA, everything is 30 minutes even here too. Like Tempe, West Side, everywhere's 30 minutes. But it feels a lot more, like a lot closer. Like at this point, I've been all over like the Phoenix metro area. I've been to Tempe, Glendale, Mesa, like all the major cities,
Mm-hmm.
and I drive myself around like a lot. So I think that's good. I love the highways, which is weird to say because yeah, they're pretty simple, which is also very surprising as to like why people drive so crazy out here. Because I'm like, these are like the most simple roads. Like, there's no hills, there's not like crazy turns. You're not like missing like a crazy exit that's like hidden somewhere. I do like the food. The people are very nice. I like the light rail. It's
Mm-hmm.
very clean, very nice. What else? I do not like the heat. Um, I am a summer boy though, so don't get it twisted. I do love the summer, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of like the 120. But I think that's like most people. I would say like no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, I love it when it's like scorching hot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, I mean, I don't think there's really much that like I don't like about Phoenix. Now, do I see myself living here for like the rest of my life? That's to be determined. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I mean, I think it's good. I think there's some good schools around here. Um, yeah,
I mean,
I enjoy it.
I
Yeah,
love California. Like,
yeah.
I think in the near future, I would love to see Arizona become like the um, the family member of
Mm.
California. You know?
Amen. I'm gonna stand by that. You know what? Make Arizona the new California.
Yes.
California, my Arizona. I'll put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we're gonna take a quick break, Jordy. I think we'll definitely want to dive into some more conversations, especially about like everything that's been going on lately. So stick around, and we'll be right back. And we're back. So we're gonna continue our conversations with our amazing special guest, Jordy. Uh, we've been talking about our communities. We've been talking about yeah.
Want to call him member? I mean, isn't that what it is? A
Oh,
member with our amazing member. You know,
that is true. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Mm.
There's-
no, I just really feel like that's a, a major part of
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
and we're back.
And we're back. And we're here with our amazing special guest and member, Jordy. we've been just talking about like community, obviously, and the times that we are in, and also the things that we love to do here in the city. But I think I do want us to dive in just a little bit deeper, especially because of these difficult and uncertain times. I think we've been seeing a lot of stuff happening with the ICE raids. There's been a bunch of anti-immigrant rhetoric that continues to be pushed around. Surprise, it's not dead yet, guys. Like, we know better. But I guess like with everything that's been going on, I think I was curious to know, and especially being a Lucha member, like what are you doing to keep your community safe? Because I think that's like what we're all sort of on the same playing field on, is like we're seeing on Instagram, we're seeing, people sharing information out. But I think like, what does it mean for you to keep your community safe?
I think for me, it's just obviously like the word of mouth, letting people know what's going on, and there should be a sense of like being attentive towards like where to go and where not to go, especially because of, as you mentioned, like Trump and his administration enforcing ICE agents around the country, and Arizona being one of them. So I think letting my community know and keeping them safe is just letting them know that it's actually occurring. The hard reality is that there is ICE agents out there, raiding workplaces, and it's absolutely horrifying.
Yeah. Are you on social media a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you been like, I know that I've been seeing like know your rights stuff. Have you attended ever like a know your rights workshop?
Yeah, I have with Lucha, and I have there has been other opportunities that know your rights has become a topic of interest for me, and I mean it should be for a lot of folks, a lot of people.
Right. What was like the major takeaway that you took from like the know your rights workshop?
The major takeaway is that everyone has the right to be here in the United States, and everyone has the right to defend their own, whatever case someone has, they're able to defend it. You can't just deport people.
Right. Yeah, it's called due process. Yeah. So, no, yeah. I don't think I'm trying to think if I've ever been to a Know Your Rights workshop. I feel like I have, but my attention span is so horrible. But I guess this is maybe my way of keeping my community safe. If you guys at home don't know, your rights, please, I invite you to go check out, read, always keep those little red cards with you. You can also find stuff online. There are plenty of organizations out there that offer Know Your Rights, even on social media. Even right now, I'm looking at an Instagram page from the Arizona Center for Empowerment that offers a graphic about Know Your Rights. And just to go over it a little bit with folks at home who don't know their rights, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to due process. You have the right against self-incrimination. You have the right to refuse unlawful searches. And you have the right to an attorney. Those are just basic things that we all have the rights to, no matter where you come from. So if at any point you feel like you need to let somebody know that those are your given rights, please. And share them with people too. Because a lot of people don't know that. And I think that, especially because things can be very scary and they can be escalated very quickly. I think, our fight or flight mode tends to kick in.
Yeah.
And so, I think this is a good way for people to feel like empowered, that like, if I just know like these basic 5 things, just keep them, memorize them, and always know that like you have these things that will guarantee your safety. Hopefully they can live to see another day.
Have you experienced any real life events that you could tie to Know Your Rights, where maybe someone has been, or at Lucha?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't experienced, thank God, I haven't experienced anything like super drastic to where I've had to use it. But I think because I do have family that is not documented, and we saw this even like with the 1070 days, like there was this fear that started growing with folks that was, people were like getting up and leaving, and everyone was so scared to drive or go to work and stuff. And so, I think for me, it was like, I just have to make sure that like my family is just, again, aware, again, sending like these links and resources. My mom's a big WhatsApp person, so, I just have to send her stuff through WhatsApp. But yeah, no, unfortunately I haven't, but, yeah, I know that like, that's like in my immediate first thing is like, go to that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I had like anyone, I've told this to my family members that if like you should, even though we're scared, even though we're being targeted, even though we're like being pushed over, and a lot of like bad things are happening to us as a community, we shouldn't be scared if anything does happen, because there, like you mentioned, like you have due process, you have like the list of rights that protect you from anything bad happening. And I've told my family members that if anything does happen, you know, we will all have each other's back. And I think that should go as well for like everyone, anyone who's like watching, you know, like we will fight for what's going on, and this is not okay.
Right. No, I agree. And you know what else? There is something else that we could do aside from knowing rights and know your rights workshop. There's also the emotional safety, making sure that our communities feel safe and that they feel good. Holding space for just being able to just like share feelings and to just, talk about like how they are feeling, and being listeners. That's also important. Because again, like things happen so quickly sometimes, and we're all in the commotion of life and the chaos of it that sometimes we're not checking in with ourselves. So even just creating that space of like, hey, let's like come to a house and like let's have like, a paint night, and let's just talk about like what's going on and how's everyone feeling. Like that's also safety.
Yeah.
So yeah, I encourage everyone at home that if you guys, if you don't know what to do to keep your community safe, that we can be somewhat of your guide, and to also, again, get connected with other organizations and, create space.
Nice one. Yeah, I think definitely I would have to back you up on that, doing like some sort of creative outlet, and coming like these are times to come together. I think that's something that we want to do is we want to come together and bring your close ones together, have a creative night, and just something to get away from all the bad things that are going on.
Yeah. So you heard it here. Jordi's having a art party at his house.
Yes, you're all invited.
Well, we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to close out this episode. See you again. And before we close out, I just have one really quick question that has been just like sitting up here for this whole time. But Jordi, question, why did you become a member of Lucha?
Well, Berto, thank you so much for having me on the podcast. I really enjoyed it, and thank you for being the host of like this amazing conversation. And to answer your question, I became a member because for years I think that's just something that I need. I need the social and emotional support from members in my community, and Lucha has just been that heartwarming place for me. And I encourage people to come on board and be members of your community. We need to be committed in times like this, because together we're going to help out other community people.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, thank you again, Jordi, for being our special guest. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another amazing episode of Los Leftovers. If you like this episode, like it, comment on it, subscribe to it, share it, and we will see you again next time. But until then, remember, when we eat together, we win together. Goodbye.